Why level jumps shine? Why does an electron emit light when it jumps between energy levels? Textbooks say the energy difference comes out as a photon, but they rarely explain what light actually is, or why a level change must pay with light. In energy filament theory, this becomes very concrete. Light is not a magic packet. It is the leftover rhythm when an electron changes its orbit. Start from the orbit picture. In earlier episodes we said an electron's orbit is the path where two slopes balance. One slope comes from static straight texture, the electric pull inward. The other comes from dynamic spiral texture, the ring current's rhythm wrapping around the nucleus. Where these two slopes cancel, the path is smooth, and that smooth path is an allowed orbit. Each orbit has its own loop rhythm, like a dance step. Some orbits are slow and broad, some are fast and tight, some feel light, some heavy. Those rhythms are what we usually call energy levels. Now imagine the electron wants to switch orbits. Jumping from an outer orbit to an inner one means going from a slower rhythm to a faster one. Jumping outward means going from faster to slower. Either way, there is a mismatch between the old beat and the new beat. Here is the key rule. In the energy sea, the electron must run a closed rhythm. One full loop on its orbit has to finish on time, like a clock hand landing exactly on a mark. If the electron tries to change orbit, it faces a problem. Its current phase around the ring does not match the phase required by the target orbit. That is like running in a stadium wave at 120 beats per minute and trying to join a lane at 180 beats per minute. You cannot blend the steps half old and half new. The patterns will not line up. At the switching moment, you must dump the extra beat or borrow an extra beat. In this dumped or borrowed phase difference does not disappear. The energy sea shakes it off as a small disturbance wave packet. That disturbance is what we call light. Not a little ball, not a hard particle, but a traveling patch of rhythm correction. If the electron jumps up to a higher level, it needs extra rhythm. The sea feeds it, and from outside we say it absorbed light. If it jumps down, it has too much rhythm. It hands the surplus to the sea, and we see emitted light. So why do level jumps shine? Not because the electron owes an abstract energy debt, but because it cannot splice two different loop rhythms directly. It must unload the phase difference, and that phase difference leaves as light. Light, in this view, is the electron saying, I am changing tempo. Here, energy C, take the leftover beat. Tap follow, share it on New Physics, Clear Universe.